Journey into a world where the art of fly tying transcends time, preserving the intricate legacy of its greatest masters. Each meticulously crafted fly, a testament to unparalleled skill and innovative design, awaits your discovery.
I'm going to be tying as an Ausable Bomber. The Ausable Bomber is derived from the Ausable Wolf pattern, only it's tied a little differently, and it was designed, I designed this fly to fish in the real heavy currents of the water, and I also designed it so it's more able to skitter the fly without dragging it under. So again, I will tie the complete shank of the hook with thread. And the bomber pattern, original bomber patterns were all tied, they were salmon flies that were tied on the rivers of Canada, and I caught a number of fish on the bomber patterns, but they were tied very similar, except they did not have any hackle on the body. They were tied with clipped deer hair. And I found that clipped deer hair, although it's touted to be having great floatability, it does not float as well as a fly tied with the hackle, with the dubbing, and also with a hackle over it. It's more durable tied this way. So I designed this fly with the same colorations as I did the Ausable Wolf. Has that rusty orange body, has a brown and grizzly hackle, and it has that white calf-tail wing. The wing on this pattern is tied so that it sets out. I'll show you how it goes in there. It's tied different than the wing on an Ausable Wolf. And there's a reason for this. This fly is tied at a 30-degree, the wing at a 30-degree angle, so it sets back over the eye of the hook like that. You tie that in like that, about 1/3 of the way on the shank from the eye, clip the butt section, and then you hold that wing up and you wind in front of it again. Don't be afraid to make a lot of wraps because, again, you want a fly that's durable. But a few extra wraps of thread is not going to make any difference in the fly floating. Notice that wing is tied up at a 30-degree angle now. That's the way it should be tied. Then I will tie, again, I will put in a grizzly and a brown hackle. It's the same hackle that I used for the Ausable Wolf. Only this time is tied in at the tail, way back at the tail of the fly. Now I will tie the body in, and this is what's very, very important, the way that you tie the body in. The body, Australian possum, is dubbed onto the thread. Some people spin it on. I like to dub it directly onto a pre-waxed thread, and they don't come off. It will stay there forever. Dub it right onto the thread. And this is where it's very important to understand what I'm doing right here. Start at the base, at the tail, right at the base of the tail, and you come forward, and you wind right up to the wing. Then you hold that wing in position, and you make the rest of the body wraps in front of the wing, bringing your thread up to the eye of the hook. Next, I will take the brown hackle, starting at the tail, and I will wrap that all the way back to the wing, and then again holding the wing forward, I will wrap that in front of the wing, and tie it off at the eye of the hook, like that. Okay. Make 4 or 5 wraps of thread over it, clip that part off, and then go back, take the grizzly hackle, and you go intersperse it with the brown hackle, back to the wing, and then again, holding that wing in position, make the next 3 or 4 wraps of that hackle back to the eye and tie it off. Now after you get it back there, make half a dozen wraps over it, clip it off, make your half hitch first, like that, and then make your whip finish. I use that whip finish tied under from the hook up, like that, holding it, so the thread is wound over itself a number of times. Pull through, clipped off, cement at the eye of the hook, without getting any cement in the eye, if you can. little bit of cement right in there at the thread. And that's the way that fly should look right there. And that's a great fly to skitter, and that fly probably accounts for more big fish on the Ausable than the wolf does. It's a great fly to fish in the real heavy water, in the rippling pocket water, and also just before dark or even after dark at night. This fly is also one that I use exclusively for hexagenia. That's a fly that comes off the lakes about the end of June for the first 10 days in July. And when that hex is coming off, you don't need any other fly but that bomber. Just put the fish on the top in the lakes, give it a little bit of skitter in action, and you'll catch fish.